Hey, everybody, Wild Bill here for Reels at 199. That is a YouTube channel that if you want to follow, if you want to check out, see updates on this struggle with cancer. Maybe some of you could take some of this knowledge, use it for yourself. All glory goes to God. I just remember they got to keep the faith. You got to keep the prayer. You got to have a good support group around you. And by golly, you got to have a positive mental attitude. That is the key, I do believe, to success. It hasn't been an easy road to haul this time go around. I'll tell you, it seems like it's actually been a little harder. June the 12th, I had my first chemo treatment. Surprisingly, I felt really good coming out of chemo. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they have a steroid in there. Unfortunately, the following day, on the 13th, I had to be back in for an urgent evaluation of my biliary drain. This is now the fourth time that they have looked at that biliary drain. That's not been functioning correctly. That's been causing problems, infection, antibiotics, and really that whole thing has slowed me down in this whole process. I don't think I've seen anybody so anxious to get into chemo. I'm just trying to get into chemo, start fighting this cancer. Well, I finally got in there. Well, when I had the little discussion with the interventional radiologist on the 13th, I said, look, we got to do something different. We've been just playing that insanity game. We've been doing the same thing over and over again, and it is not working. Let's try some different things. Let's try one. How about the drug? We can do a drug that helps reduce biliary sludge. Let's try that. Let's go ahead and increase that catheter. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it a 12 instead of a 10 so it doesn't keep getting clogged. Let's put a flush valve on there where we can flush out that catheter every day instead of just letting it build up. And I'm back in the hospital every 4 days, every 5 days to have a biliary drain changed. So we're getting around that. And the thing I can do is I could change my diet. I went on a low-fat diet there to help stop that biliary sludge from building up, which is clogging that tube. I think we're on the right path now, by golly, because after it, she agreed. In fact, she said to me, the surgeon, you should be an IR surgeon. I said, no, I don't want to be a surgeon. I really don't want to be a patient. I'm trying to get out of this. A lot of things come along with that chemo, that you just got the chronic fatigue, you got the anemia, the white blood cells, the immune system is being under attack constantly. So I have to be very, very cautious about what I do, where I go. No lifting, no bending, no squatting, no running. Most they want me to do is do some walking exercises, which, I try to do that, and I try to cover up to avoid public places, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. So I'm really cautious about what I'm doing. I'd like to give a big shout out to my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, Teresa and David. They were a great help for us financially. My sister, Patsy, my brother Mike, my brother Joe, my entire family, my mom, all the moral support, colleagues, friends, all those that have showed that outpouring. It just shows that God is good. God is good, and God should get all the glory. I'm just here. I'm just a vessel for the Lord to use to say, look, don't give up the fight. You keep fighting the good fight, and you will win. You will persevere. Remain in the faith. Remain in the faith. That's all I got for you today. I tell you, I try to keep these a little bit shorter there. I'm going to show you some clips of what I went through this last week. And then go ahead and click, like, share, do what you got to do. Get it out there. Maybe this will help somebody somewhere on down the road. So until the next time, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen, keep it rocking, keep it real, and peace out. All right, this was back at the infusion center for the second battle. Always the waiting. Had to go back in there, check out the machinery. Of course, when you're in the infusion, they want you to mask up. Risk of infection. That is part of the beautiful machine. There we are tapped in, getting ready to hook up. And then they got this beautiful scenery outside the building. Now, that's when we went into radiology on 13th for our fourth visit. There you go. Should be every 30 days to have the biliary, it should be every 3 months to have the biliary drain changed. I've had mine now changed 4 times in 40 days. There's a lovely support group. That's my emotional woman. Getting geared up for it. I have already told them the what for. They have now decided that they were going to actually do something a little different. And so far, by golly gee willikers, Batman, I think we are doing much better. There's a little look at the new dressing there. That was one of the concern areas, the new flush. The new drain flush tube, yep.